Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2 from the ESL Open Pro Tour, the Shopify Open Cup from the great region of North America. I give you our finalists on this 77th week. Now first, in the bottom left, the Terran who makes it look possible for everyone else. Grinding it out in these tournaments, usually reaching and sometimes winning multiple finals every single week on top of those premier tournaments. It is the man, the myth, the man, Cure. And then, the only professional gamer I've seen on the cover of a magazine, the player who it's unclear whether actually wanted to be here or is so naturally talented he feels obligated to win tournaments. The one who has arbitrarily set a time for a date with your mother, and if the match decides to go past, well, he decides the match will not go past that point. What version of him will show up today? Of course, it is Zest. Arguably, well, right now I think Trap, the #1 Protoss, but Zest, a strong runner-up. It kind of feels like it's his choice as well. Zest versus Cure. This is not the first or the second, probably not even the third time this has happened just this month. These two meeting in the finals of the ESL Open. And not even just the ESL Open, but the ESL Open North America. For reference, the North American Open Cup starts at about 8 a.m. in Korea, which is decidedly not a gamer hour. So, just something to point out. I have it on good authority as well. Cure, not Zest, spoilers, but Cure also made it to the finals of the Korean Open Cup this week, so He's been grinding tournaments like this for the better part of a decade. He's just seen a lot more success more recently. He's honestly, Cure my favorite player right now. Like, just the hard work, it gets you to where you want to go. It gets you to near the very top. Not quite there, but that's how we know he's human. Starting things off, Zest throwing shade, as he does so often, and adding on a Twilight behind. He's just kind of adding Adept. Double shade. He's got a third Adept on the way, as usually happens. Cure, on the other hand, with a 2-1... Wait, is that a third Rax? A 3 Rax build. We are on Beckett Industries, where essentially your base starts out on your opponent's front lawn. It is the closest rush distance in the map pool by a large margin, with multiple speed zones to expedite the process if it wasn't already close enough. Blink is the choice. So right now, Zest is showing 3 Adepts. This usually means a Stargate build. You can already see Cure banking up Marines in the main to an extent. He's thinking there might be an Oracle coming in, because three Adepts usually is a prelude to Stargate. But Zest, nothing's a prelude to anything. Zest is taking a third Nexus, getting Blink. He has a grand total of 2 gateways. Cure's kind of just sitting in his base, waiting for the Oracle, but eventually he'll come to the revelation that there is no Oracle, there is no Spoon, there is only Zest, and that is all that matters. The Adepts back off. Cure waiting for Stim Combat Shield. Will he pull the boys, is the question. Cure has not seen the third. He did SCV Scout earlier on. Plus 1 can start. I'm not sure. The NG Bay might just be... I think at this point, you're pretty convinced it's not a Stargate. Like, the Oracle would have shown up. The Marines and Marauders heading out. Blink is on the way, but Zest only has 2 gates. The boys getting in on the action. Pulls them off the natural. So it's not all of them, but it's enough to get some damage done. Zest has tickle beams and a battery with one stalker. He has blink for one stalker. All you Diamond Leaguers out there feeling real validated. Zest has won several $100,000 more than you, though. But on paper, like, Cure, attack, go! Zest is building half a dozen shield batteries over here now. Cure decides to, well, shield battery overcharge right off the bat, but he gets through. He can just gun down the pylon itself, but that doesn't actually depower the relevant. Oh my god, he locks him in! Cure kind of went back and forth on this. The shield batteries are running out of energy, but the firepower of this Terran army, the SCV is doing exactly what they needed to do, which is tank as much damage as possible. But somehow Zest is now pulling probes almost as an afterthought. Cure decided to kind of take a detour there. The shield battery's finished, and somehow, with one stalker at the start of this, Zest will hold. And he won't lose the third. He doesn't lose really any probes. He lost the sentries, but somehow, with an extra base and almost no units, Zest holds. And so now Cure's just behind, because that was it. That was the attack. He's building his factory. If you know any StarCraft at all, you don't even have to really know StarCraft to understand that getting a factory after losing all your units is probably, like, this is probably not the ideal timing. Zest is just kind of sitting back. He's getting charge. He rebuilt some sentry. He still has 3, 4, 5 shield batteries here. He's got a semi-wall near the alternative entrance that Cure was thinking about. Cure still has a large army, so Zest can't walk across the map and kill him. The Blink Stalkers can only do so much offensively. But blinking back to shield... if Cure had committed right off the bat, those shield batteries are not done. Extra warp-ins are not there. But Cure kind of played the field. And Zest punished him. A couple medevacs, one medevac on the way. Cure has to cancel something for a second. No, he's only building one. Like, Zest doesn't have splash damage. So with +1 and medevacs, Cure does have... He might pull the boys again, because we're not going to 3 base. He added a couple more racks. Just build Marines. Okay, Cure, you have enough racks. Like, you have 5 racks. You barely have any SCVs. That's like... He's just slapping them on as he can. The Stalkers picking off a couple Marauders that were never healed as the first medevac came out. They were told they'd get healing if they just waited a few more seconds, but the Blink Stalkers come and end them. 2 Colossi in production, being chrono boosted to an extent. Some Zealots warped into the main. Zest expecting a drop. Little does he know, Cure only has 2 medevacs. Kind of a nasty tank positioning, but no, you shall not pass, says Zest. The tank gonna be annoying, but the Colossi are on the field. Just in time for the second round. On their own, they're not gonna end this. They do have +1. Charge is done. The Colossus are actually standing in tank fire, and there's not that many gateways he can afford. Like, Zest doesn't even care. He just loses a Colossus to tanks. That was just a mistake. There's no way. Like, anyways, here are the boys again, back for more. Boys are bad boys too. The tank push. We've escalated the supplies, the drama, and, well, losing that Colossus was really not good. Like, you did invest a lot. There are the shield batteries on the wrong side here. Cure could kind of just kill him. The boys are holding on, a slow but sure tank push. When will Zest go? What is he? He's waiting for Thermal Lance, but he can't wait forever. The concave is good for Cure, losing a lot of SCVs, but that's intentional. That's part of the plan. Colossi getting knocked back. Where's the battery overcharge? It's not there. Zest ground through. Does he have... He doesn't have energy on any... Cure! Terran through him. Thus grasp defeat from what was the open jaws of victory. Kind of just losing a Colossus and then not having energy for shield battery overcharge. Cure's patience pays off. He didn't tap out. He didn't give up. He ain't done. And that's why he is the people's Terran, okay? Some Terrans would have failed that bio push and just said, well, I guess that's that. Not Cure, okay? He will build all of the racks. He will pull the boys. And he will go again. And a lot of the time it won't work. But sometimes it does. What I love about it is you can look at that game, you, the people, who like and subscribe and then say, wow, that looked like one of my games. Yes! You could take that build out of Kira, that 3 racks build, and the tank push follow-up, and you could put it on the ladder. You might not be able to take Clem's Reapers and Medevac Micro, or Gumiho's McDonald's. Well, McDonald's has reopened, by the way. Gumiho's back. I'm very excited. I assume he'll be playing in the next Open Cups, and then it's a little late to get to DreamHack Masters, but for tournaments later in the year. Maybe he learned something during his Korean military service. But Zest got too cute. Also, like, that Colossus, there was a lot of time. There was a lot of time for Zest to not lose that Colossus to tanks. Like, it wasn't like 2 volleys. It was like 9 shots. It was however many tank shots it takes to kill a Colossus, plus like 3 because of shield batteries. So, there was a lot of time on the clock. I'm not sure what Zest uses for health bars, by the way. This is a real point. What I've noticed, I should have been watching his stream lately, but he hasn't yet picked up a hot tub. So, a lot of the older, like, the older as in like played SC2 in Wings of Liberty players actually use normal unit selection. What that means is the health bars only show up on units you're selecting, not even damaged. Kind of like GSL observing, that triggers me every time. So there's a non-zero chance. Like Zest, I like the screen to look clean. Okay, all my units, like if they die, whatever, I have those health bars cluttering up my screen. It ruins the feng shui, as you know. But I'm not saying that's the reason. He might just not have noticed, which is worse, by the way. It's definitely worse if he didn't. Either way, Cure puts himself in a position to win. And a lot of the time, that's enough. It's another... Is it going to be the same build? Zest is like, I like what happened here, okay? Next time, maybe just don't lose Colossi. He's rallying. No, it's just one Adept this time. It is blank, but this is a more typical blank opener. He's not baiting. He's not showing that it could be an Oracle. No. No. This is back to the classics, such as it is. Blank Robo. He saw the reactor. And he saw nothing else. Well, the bunker doesn't give anything away, I don't think. But without going those extra adepts, you have the money for a robo. Nice and safe. Cure, gonna go back to his signature, the Widow Mines. Cure has understood the value and the application of Widow Mines far more and far earlier than many other Terrans, even many Terrans now. Clem's starting to really pick up on that, especially in Terran versus Zerg. But that has given Kira the tools to beat players who a lot of people would think maybe have better micro. Like, he's beaten Serral, Raynor. He's everyone. The thing, Kira's beaten everyone. Maybe not consistently, but like... Unfortunately, that medevac just kind of flies across. Zest already in position to intercept. So he's going to be... Yeah, Zest map vision, quite good. Medevac has to try to escape. He just burrows mine out there. Raven on the way. Couple more wrecks. The 3-1-1 coming together. Looks like a tank push follow-up as we head barreling towards a very standard-looking composition. Widowmine drop in a 3-1-1 tank Raven push. There's got to be a cleverer name for that. We'll circle back. We'll circle back. Right. It's been happening. There are different flavors of this, just like there are so many different Terran builds. Sometimes you decide you go for the medevacs earlier. Sometimes you just go with widow mines. Like, oh, well, or sometimes you just die to blink stalkers. Like that's a pretty common one. Like, here's Zest. Remember that widow mine drop? Not anymore. Yeah, Zest just blunks in. Yeah, there are less Marines than Stalker. It's over. All right, yeah, Kira's dead. Oh, here comes the mine drop. I mean, decent hits. Only problem is like the 14 Stalkers in his main. If he can get rid of those, I do appreciate how Kira doesn't just tap it out. But yeah, that's nah. He's got the ghetto blink with the prism as well. He blunks over the okay, all right, 1-1. Okay, Cure. He's okay. He had to wait for his own medevac to die to a widow mine. Yeah, Zest not happy about that game one. Got a little fancy with it. That was not very fancy. He just walked up, jumped up to the high ground, and just kind of killed him. There you go. Zest checked his watch after the first match. I think is what has happened. And here we are. We will say, Cure, that was a cold, shocking bucket of reality splashed on his face after the thin win in game one. Yeah, you gotta be careful to have units. Build a bunker on the high ground, stuff like that. Zest all out commit the chrono with enough gates to just bop, bop, bop. Like, so we will see. What is it going to be this time, Cure? An NG Bay block. Ooh, a spicy twist. Zest brings down 3 probes. It appears he's not going to respect this. He deals with it almost immediately. In fact, he'll get rid of it with plenty of time to just build the Nexus. Yeah, Cure would have really liked to have a little more HP on that. Zest just kind of handles it. I like the attempt. It's definitely something I think should be mixed in a little more often. But yeah, Zest not taking... He ain't taking no guff. Okay? As my grandpappy would say. Also, what is this? What is this for? I don't... Is it Stargate? I think it's Stargate. Robo? Or it's just here? Whatever. You know what? We'll get to that. Circle back again. Stargate! Did he cancel Warp Gate? Oh, he started... That's what threw me off. Was he started Warp Gate? I'm like, okay. Well, then it's not a Stargate. And then he's like, you know what? Actually... Zest, like I said, he checked his watch. He's like, that first game took 1/3 of my allocated time for this series, and I just cannot abide. And I've got 5 minutes and 12 seconds penned out for this one. And not 1 second more. Actually, this is kind of an awkward distance. We may have to adjust that to 6 minutes and 12 seconds, but that no more. It's Void Ray, right? What? An Oracle proxy? Interesting. Kira's just walking across the map, which makes me kind of feel like he knows what's happening, but also, like, he's just going to Zest base. What's going on? Why do you think you could do this? What is he doing? Why do you think 6 Marines, like... Yes, he does have 2 units. I guess if the Adept was on the map, maybe? He may get the Adept. But, like, now he dies to an Oracle. Oh, no, there are 5 Marines because he went 3 wrecks. Well, that was weird. Like, I guess he's trying to... If Zest sends one of his game... Like, if he sends the Adept out, he might actually be able to walk out. It's a bit of a gamble. It is in line with the NG Bay block, which is, like, a little risky, but not really. It's the same level of commitment. So Zest is going to go with Blink behind this. What was the point of proxying the Stargate? I don't know. He just felt like it. Both these players just really just feeling it right now. The Oracle... Like, okay, all right. I guess we both did like an awkward NG Bay block, an awkward Marine push versus like the token Stargate. We have a Stargate now. Where? In the middle of the map. Oh, Greg, god damn it! I know. Oh, here we are. Stim Marines. Oh. An Oracle with 1 HP is still incredibly useful. Revelation is one of the best abilities in the game. Having a permanent observer on units whenever they move for any amount of time. That hurts. It's also a mental victory of like, you know, Kira was thinking, that Zest was thinking, Clem would have gotten that. Alright, that's the mental victory there. And here we are. At this point, the bio push has been scouted. Unfortunately, once again, we've learned that an Oracle with 4 HP is an Oracle capable of doing full damage. Cure makes up for some of his mistakes. Couple medevacs on the way. Cure's decided to wait it out. I think if it has been scouted, the bio push has been scouted, that waiting for medevacs is probably your best bet. You know he is preparing for it, so there's no reason to commit all your units into almost certain death. You'd like to give them at least a chance, and medevacs are that chance. Especially since Zest went for an Oracle. Now, Kira doesn't know about the third, he can assume. But if he knew about the third, he could very likely know that there's no splash damage. Now, the beauty of this proxy positioning... Oh, he scans. I think he should know now. Oh my god. I was gonna say that it's not gonna be scouted, but like... I think we're just gonna move on and ignore this for now. Here comes Cure. Split the difference. Force fields. Shield battery overcharge. Good choice on which shield battery. Cure not dealing with it. Cure not dealing with it. The overcharge is really helping. Oh my god, the Immortal! He finally got the overcharge. Cure, you gotta kill the battery. Oh my god. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, the battery, though. Nice micro by Zest, and like he thought he could power. It's overcharge. It's literally in the name. He's like, no, I can just DPS through it. It's like, just a few of your units. Don't have to right-click your whole army. Oh, no. Another beautiful hold by Zest, but I think that's more of Zest doing everything he could, and Cure, not so much. Like, you gotta kill the battery. Even if only a handful of units can hit it, it doesn't have that much HP. That's the counter is killing the battery. That leaves us in a very similar scenario to game one, but a couple differences include: one, Zest didn't lose all his sentries. He actually kept a lot more units intact. But also, Cure didn't pull the boys, which means he still has a solid economy. So he's not out of it by any means. He's only down 7 SCV. His income is actually, now that a third base, by the way, a third command center, important, actually probably the most important part. Okay. Oh my god. It's a struggle. He wants the Cyber Core. Okay, alright. The Cyber Core kind of important for warping in those Blink Stalkers. Handful of charge lots, making their way into the natural. Widow Mines keeping things together here. In fact, Cure eventually gonna siege down everything at the edge of the main. A bit of a struggle, but charge lots in the third, though. Finding SCVs, the couple survivors of the Widow Mine massacre. No! Ah! No! Ah! Kill! Come on! God damn it! Well, meanwhile, he's doing a Widow Mine drop, which kills 7 probes. Unfortunately, this Zealot managed to get about that many SCVs, so... a bit of a double-edged sword there. That is, a lot of medevacs and not a lot of... No. Okay, there's Zealots. The Widow Mine drop. Whoa, they're gonna fire again. Wait. Not even close. Yeah, the amount of medevacs and the amount of bio tells a concerning story. But as the smoke clears, the scans are out for observers. Zest is actually at 61 probes. Now, he's no stranger to a low probe count. He's had problems of his own in the past. To 65 SCVs. Cure's getting +2 attack. Zest already has +2. That medevac was optimistic. Vikings in production. Dark Shrine as well. Both sides getting to that very solid mid-game composition, though a few pieces of the puzzle are missing for Zest. He doesn't have any Templar tech. Well, Dark Shrine's coming up, but that doesn't really count. I'm talking Archons and Storm. DT Archons maybe, but like... Cure, on the other hand, has Vikings, and he's already getting Ghosts, and Ghosts are never bad against Protoss. They can literally do any... Like, they can hit everything. Every unit has shields. As well as not being terrible against Zealots as well. Yeah, nice. Zest looks like it's time to go. He's taking down the rocks. He's got 4 Colossi, but there's plenty of Vikings. They don't have ship weapons. +2 weapons for the bio units is closing in. 4 Colossi is a very scary number, but... only if you have double-digit Vikings is good. Like, that should be enough here. EMP misses the mark. Ship weapons, level 1, is complete, and I think Zest has to be rethinking his options here, though he's reluctant to do so. The Vikings find an opportunity, knocking over a Colossus. Looking for more. Second one bruised. Warp Prism targetable. Taken down. Charge lots in front. EMPs across the board. One Colossus. Last Valley, none Colossus. Zest, that was never gonna happen. You knew it wasn't gonna happen. Not this time. Cure built the right units in the right place, and he took the right fight, and that means he's gonna be going to match point. I don't see any army here for Zest. There's not shield battery overcharge. There's not a random disruptor. This army for Cure is just downright better. And right now, Cure in this series is looking downright better, as he's easily tearing through the rest of the defenses. Fourth base, see ya later. Zest down, 70-80 supply. 9 DTs warped in with a prayer here. There are already ghosts for EMP, let alone any scans. Cure pre-EMPs them, and Cure, in a well-earned victory, knocks down Zest. Zest just, he knew. You knew. Zest, he wanted to give it a shot, but Cure was ready. He built the right units. He does what a lot of other Terrans don't do, which is build the right unit composition. Like, a lot of Terrans will sit there and be like, well, maybe I could micro Marauders against Colossi. It's like, well, you said that in English and not French, so I don't think so. But as we get in to game 4, Cure is on match point. Cure is on match point, and he's looking like the better player here. But as you know, with match point coming up, it's time for a quick advertisement. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm Winter, and I'm here to tell you to like and subscribe. Why? Because the 14-year-old Minecraft fans are doing it. Okay? We can't let them win. You might be 33 years old in California sitting around with this on your second monitor, but this is very loud, and try clicking skip ad. Give it a shot, and now that your cursor is on the goddamn page, slap that like button, you son of a bitch. I don't care how many monitors you have. Alright, with that said, moving on. Have you heard of Prime Gaming? Did you know if you have Amazon Prime, every single month for free, you can subscribe to a streamer of your choice? Even me. And you might be like, Winter, you stream like a vampire and you look like one too. Well, I don't have to be streaming live, like, unless you're that desperate for attention and the pandemic is mostly over, so go outside or... Nah, never mind, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I might even shout out your subscription, but probably not, because you're probably a normie who works normie hours and not watching at 3 a.m. And that's probably why you're on this video. Anyway, subscribe with Prime Gaming right now or you're losing money for me. So subscribe with Prime Gaming and oh wait, there's more. Prime Gaming, you can also get exciting loot and prizes for shitty mobile games like League of Legends and other things. So just look that up if you know how to Google, and if you don't, how did you make it this far? Speaking of Google, back to YouTube, ring the bell. I'm not 100% convinced it does anything, but if it does, do it. If it doesn't, what do you have to lose? Thank you for watching, good luck, and have fun. Thank you guys for sticking around. Match point, Zest versus Cure. Cure earning is 2-1. Zest not looking willing to play it out. Like, what would be the play there? If I was in Zest's massive shoes... Never forget Jim. Okay. I have to pay respects to Jim. Moving on. Great minds. a moment. Robot on the map. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. If you're Zest in that scenario, you don't attack in, for one. You make Zest... Every time Cure has attacked in, he's struggled. Shield battery overcharge, just general positioning. Target fire is, leaves some to be desired. But when you're walking into a concave of Bio, EMP, and Vikings, that is, on its face, the counter. Vikings, I haven't seen Vikings counter Colossi so handily since Heart of the Swarm. When, like, the order of the day was try to build enough Vikings to kill their Colossi and pull the boys before they get stormed. That was, like, a solid third of Terran versus Protoss. The more enterprising Terrans would also get Ghosts, but, like... And then we'd be like, wow, look at this fancy dude going for Ghosts. It was a different time. I don't... Factory on the way. The 3-Rax build has been... It's been infiltrating the meta. It on paper, and you've seen in Game 1 and Game 3, Cure should have in my opinion, Cure should have won with that. Or at least he had a very real chance. Zest made some great micro moves, but going for a greedy third Nexus and a bunch of tech behind, you shouldn't be able to hold someone who's doing a 2 base all in. Of course, Cure, once again, on the micro front, not as stalwart, but adding in the 3-Rax. Oh my god, what are you doing with those? Is this a bait? No, Cure doing some crazy moves. He's also going 3cc in TVP, like, before Starport. So, I really like how he's mixing it up. Cure, they're not crazy, they're not super fancy builds, but he's mixing up his openers just enough that... Honestly, I'm not sure if Zest cares what opener he's doing, but... It doesn't seem like Zest is really changing much besides adding more shield batteries if he needs them. But otherwise, here comes an Oracle. And for Cure, it's important to be able to try different angles. Because obviously, like, that Blink Stalker game was, every Terran, I think, just a nice long... Why can't we build with multiple SCVs? Do they not play well together? Like, I get it for Protoss and Zerg, but it seems weird that Terrans can't contract out like 3 SCVs to build a command center. All right, no, it's this dude, and that's it. Okay, there's regulations. Wow, Zest comes in. He's gonna use the... Well, Cure didn't react, but he was going to use the Engi Bay against the... Oh, he just slides right through. Oh, he's just in there. Okay, nowhere is safe. Oh, Cure. Zest calls from inside Cure's apartment. Like, fridge open. Cure, you got any soju? Cure's like, how the fuck did you get in here? Zest's like, come on, man. And he just gets out, and then he leaves. I don't even know where the Oracle is. I couldn't see it. Oh, here it is! Ah! Actually, I'm back. Did you pick any up? Dude! I didn't even see it on the minimap. Well, he hasn't... I don't even know if he's taken a point of damage yet. He's gotten 6 SCV kills. He doesn't even have enough energy for more. That's the limiting factor right now. Oh, wow. What? Okay, now, I mean, okay. You know what? I went through a lot of emotions, but... So let me talk through them with you, the people, my therapists. like and subscribe for my therapy. He saw 3 CCs. This time, he's perfectly fine. Build everything you want. Get Twilight, get Double Forge, get more gates. I completely forgot that he showed the 3 CC right off the bat. Like he literally, that was the first thing he sniped, was the SCV on the 3rd CC. The thing is, he's waited so long for his gates. He's gotten, how much? He's gotten both those forges. He's getting Blink. Blink is a long way off. Is there Stim? Stim, Combat Shield +1. Cure, actually, this timing is much more dangerous than the 3 racks timings. Because Zest has reached very far for his tech. 2 Colossi are on the way. Shield batteries as well. Here's Nemesis. The force fields just don't get the job done. Zest tries to fill them in. The shield battery, did he cancel one? It's like, no, I got this. It's perfectly fine. Ooh, no, God. 1 shield battery has stopped Cure so far, but is it going to stop him this time? Down goes the Oracle. Terran through the units. He's just trying to... the Colossus is holding. There's a bare bones amount of units here for Zest. But it is enough. The Skeleton Crew. 1 shield battery. Zest actually canceled a shield battery. Like, come on. Cure is literally knocking on his door. Colossi not done. He's like, nah, 1's fine. I got it. You have plenty of mineral. Oh my god, the blinks are so smooth. There's not an observer. The observer's way back there. He knew where you were going, though. Cure, getting a little panicky. Oh my god. There goes a medevac. A couple more heading out. Uh-oh. This observer will scout 2 medevacs. Zest saw it, right? He's moving into position, but will he see these Cure, oh my god.
Research complete.
He got past him. This is actually... Those medevacs getting by literally 4 seconds before Zest had an observer. Oh, that's huge. There's energy for a recall in the main, just barely. Zest recalls immediately. But this is a lot of damage coming through. 13 probes down. Zest, a marked deficit. Cure actually gets out and he leaves a couple happy minds behind. And Zest, his observers are out on the field right now. He has to bring them back so he can't mine. No, not the time! It's a disaster! No! They keep coming and they don't stop coming. Oh no! Cure's mines! Okay, that one wasn't so bad. And now the momentum shifts. There's just not enough... Oh my god. That's like, alright. Cure! Wins the ESL Open Cup. He's had enough. Before Cure can come in with his medevacs even. He takes the initiative by leaving the game. What a guy. Cure with a solid series. Not anything fancy. Not anything cheesy, really. Like, I wouldn't count 3 racks SCV. Like, the SCV pull was because that's one for a 3rd Nexus. But just some good, solid Terran. I think every one of those games you can take something away from what Kira was doing. And every one of those games, if you're a Protoss, well, you keep on keeping on. So, keep on keeping on. Playing like Protoss, liking and subscribing, checking out the Shopify ESL Open Pro Tour. Congratulations, Cure, once again. See you next time, Zest. Good luck. Have fun. Stay chill.